Hello, this is Marshall and welcome to my garden diary. Today we're looking at the first gladiolis that have decided to start blooming right now. So these are just some red ones, and they start blooming from the bottom to the top, and there are a couple at this area. This is the back part of the garden, and yeah. So with the gladioli, I think we plant. Well, my husband Marcus planted these because this is his side of the garden. So he planted these 2 years ago. So the first year when he planted it, I think might have been he bought the bulbs, and I think it might have been like 3 bulbs because that's how they usually come, 3 bulbs. So that year it grew, didn't grow so well. Last year it also didn't grow so well, but this year it's doing much better. And he doesn't take up the bulbs or anything. He had just left the bulbs in, and yeah, I think what happened is the bulbs are just there, and then they decided to multiply because there are more plants here than last year for sure. And yeah, we are not the type of gardeners who take up bulbs and then plant them back in the spring, or not spring, or different time of year. If we plant bulbs, we just leave them, and if they come back the next year, they come back. If they don't, then they don't. We're not, we just do gardening our way, because I know that if you read, there are some recommendations when you should plant bulbs and when you shouldn't plant them. We plant them when we get them, and they grow when they grow, and if they grow, they grow, and if they don't grow, they don't grow. We don't get crazy about stuff like that. So yeah, so that's the area that they're in. So they're quite a bit more, and there's some young ones, and the idea I'm thinking is that those immature ones, those are just small bulbs that multiplied, or from the bigger bulbs that are there, and then next year, hopefully, those will mature a bit more, and then this area will have more of these nice gladiolas. So these, as you can see, these are quite tall, and usually, depending on where you have these, you should stake them, because if it's windy, you can imagine that these might break easily if there's a lot of wind. But right here, for now, we haven't staked them, and if they're doing okay, we will not stake them, because we try as much as possible to let the plants just do their thing. Sometimes they go strong enough that the wind doesn't bother them, and sometimes you have to intervene and stake them. So we'll just see what happens. So yeah, these are can be good for cut plants. And if I was going to cut them and put them in a vase, then I would cut it when it's maybe like that one, at that stage where you have some that are just popping out, and then uh, in the vase that would stay for a while and start opening in a staggered manner. But as I said in other videos, we are not cut plant fanatics. We don't, well, I don't really like that. I prefer to just have them in the garden and enjoy them. Yeah, like this. Okay, so that's the gladiolas that are there, looking very nice. I have some others in the front part of the garden, but those haven't started opening as yet. So when those are at this stage, then I'll also take a look at those. I'm not sure, I don't remember what colors the one that are in the other part of the garden are, because these can have a variety of different colors. Okay, so again, Uh, uh, we don't really stress over watering for these. We just water them when we water the rest of the plants. I haven't noticed that they have any pests, or I mean, the leaves look nice, the flowers look nice. So yeah, there's for care, I would just say just do the basics things that you would do for plants, and just leave them, and yeah, and let them do their thing. Water them when it's very dry. If you're fertilizing your garden, then just fertilize it like normal plants, but don't stress too much about these plants. Well, in our garden, we don't stress too much about them, and uh, they have grown quite nicely for us. So, yeah. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.